So good morning and good evening everybody and welcome back in today's class. Yesterday we started with the client script and we done two type of client script. One is on load and one is on submit. Today we are moving to the next one here. Okay, let me this. Okay. So now we are going on the on change. So before I go for the on change, let's understand this functionality. And I click on this. On change says if I open the incident here, let's get a new incident here. So on change says when I change some in this field and tab out and other field get impacted, that is called the on change, but on the form level. Let's say I'm filling a form. In that form, I entered my date of birth. And as soon as I tab out, it show me the number of years. X year, X days, X week, like this, it's showing to me. It did not go in the database. So it means these calculation will be done only and only on the form level. So now if I go here and just show you this part. You can see. So this is the on change function. All the four type of client scripts has a function. On load has one function, on change has one function, on submit has one function, and on cell edit has a one function. But here one more thing will be changed. Is that on which you want to observe the change. So as I say that if I am putting the date of birth and I'm getting the number of years, it means I have to be right, I have to be configured that if I make a change on this particular field, then this thing should happen. This is what this client script says here. Now the question comes, Atul, if on a single form I have 4 fields or the 5 fields which I want to make a on change, then you have to create the 5 different client scripts. Not a single one will work here. Also, you have to make sure that you put the sequence order is in a correct manner. Otherwise, the 5 fields can contradict with each other or any existing client script as well. So what it says, control old value, new value, is loading, is template. It is a default function. And now it come here. It says, what do you mean by the control? The dynamic HTML of the field that has been changed. On which particular field you want to make a change, that is control. What is the old value? And what is the new value you have entered? So I says old value when the form load, it should 1990. When I change it from 1990 to 1998, then it becomes the new value. Is loading, is true if form is loading. Are you making a changes when the form get loaded? Maybe on the form load, you say the default value in the year of birth is 1990. If you're making a change on this, then it should be true. Otherwise, if it is blank, then the old value is null. So make sure if it is coming from loading, then true, otherwise it's false. It is a false. And last is the template. Maybe I'm raising an incident via template and then template making a change in the field. See, if I say I want to open a door, now I have 2 or 3 options. You can open a door via key. You can open the door via facial expression, and you can open the door via pin. But this also possible that someone opened the door from the inside only. It's a templized one, I can say. And what is the loading one? Maybe when you reach home, door is already open. That is a easy loading. So if you say that the value is coming from the template, then make it as a true, otherwise make it as a false. And here it check. If is loading, new value is equal to empty. So here the script says here, it says this statement check if the form is loading, or this pipe symbol stands for the or if the new value is change, field is empty. Maybe you are making as a field empty. Let's say date of birth was 1990 as a form load, and now you delete it. Usage note is not applicable for me. Then in either the case true, the script returns the function and canceling the script. It means nothing will be executed. In short, when I execute this particular script, I have to make sure that some value should be changed, not deleted, not empty. Then it will be work for me. So like if I go here and I click here, LNG2. Type on change. So now you can see here. This is asking on which field you want to make a change. Okay, this is important here. So I want to make a change on, let's say I want to make a change on the service. So this is the thing which I want to make a change. That if the value of service get changed, then what you want. Let's come here and see an example here. Okay, let me open, check an example here. On change example. So here you can see they have put the switch and they put on the category. So what they're saying, they're changing to the category. And now what it's saying, if I copy paste this code from here, switch keys, let me copy, then we'll discuss that what I'm doing here. Okay. There's a one extra. Let me. So what I'm doing here, I'm saying if I change the value of the category, so from where it's taking category here. If I'm changing the value of the category as a network, then set the urgency as a 1. If I'm changing the value to this category as a database, then put 2. Other than this, put 3. So now if I go here and just save it here, database and the network. Let go and reload my page. Here it says as a database. Now you can see the urgency. See, it become 2. If I change database to network, it become 1. And other than this, software, it is 3. It means our script is getting executed properly here. So what is new value here? I'm picking up this new value from here. And what is the new value? New value of this category. So by this way, you can make a change with the help of the on change part. Clear? Any doubt? Okay. If this is clear, then the next point come on cell edit. So we have on change. On cell edit. What is the difference between these two? I gave this homework yesterday, right? Namrata, what do you think? What is the difference? Try. What is the difference, Rajesh? What do you think? What is the difference? Okay. So now the thing is that, let's say I save this incident. Okay. LNG3. Okay. And now let me go to the incident. All incident. Or let's say open incident. This one. Now the question comes, if I make a change in the category from the list view, let me add urgency here. Because this is what we'll be checking. So this is my urgency. Now, if I make a change in the category, let's say I'm putting a category as a network and submit. It's still changing. It did not change my urgency because in the network it should be 2. Right? If I go here in the network, it should be 1, but it is not changing my urgency. Let me reload it. Still not changing. Why? The reason is here because this particular script we mentioned, it is on the form level, not on the list view level. If I copy this functionality again, let me copy it. Okay. And now let's go here and create a new client script. And let's put LNG4 and let's say incident. On cell edit, and now I put category. Same thing, but here The sys ID is playing an important role. Sys ID in the table. Let me show you here. On cell edit. See, this is the biggest difference between on change and on cell edit. On cell edit only and only work on the list view, but on change work on the form view. So what it's saying, it has a 5 parameters again. Sys ID, table, old value, new value, callback. It is different than the on change, but almost the functioning is, I can say, almost same, but on the different level. So old value, new value does definitely yes matter. Okay, because here you cannot use the template. So nothing to be worried about the template. Here you cannot use the own loading. So that parameter also kicked out from here. Now what this mean? Sys ID. Number one, it's saying all of the sys ID unique IDs of the record being edited in an array. Means unique ID of the records. So in this records, what are you changing? So I can make a change like this network and I can put the shift and the down arrow key. So you can see all this I'm selecting in one go. Because from the list view, you can do the multiple edits. Can you tell me which rule is required to make a change from the list view? Let me come here and ask. Yes, Namrata. Which rule is required to make a change in the list view? Rajesh. Give me some answer. We done this part, right? Pooja and Trevor. It is required the list updater role. Go and check in the role table. You will find list underscore update rule. If you have that role, only then you can update the things on the list view. So now the first parameter says sys ID, which you are making a changes. So I'm making a changes in these 7 or 8 records in one go. Okay. Then the table. The current table of records being edited. You are on the current table. I'm on the incident table. Maybe I'm changing the color. And this color is coming from the task table. So it captured that part as well. What is the old value? What is the new value? That's fine. This is important callback. So let's say if I make a change here. Manually I'm doing it, right? I did not get a message. Kya? Let me put like this. There's a message come that it has been saved. So this is what it's saying, callback. It allow the execution of the further on cell edit script or commit the changes. Okay. And commit the changes if no further script exists. It means once I save this record, let me try on this too. No, nothing is coming here. But how this is getting committed? Because it has a callback function. It returns a true or false parameter. There are the few fields which you cannot make a change on the list view. If you're able to, if you're trying to make a change there. If I can I make a change here. If as of now there's a no what I can say thing we have mentioned here, so it's able to make a change. Okay. Otherwise you get a message. So basically callback, what callback do? Callback says that, okay, are you okay to go for this? I said yes. If I'm passing the value as a true, it means it commit the changes on the list view. Okay, this is what this callback do. Very important actually this is. Okay, so like this, and then var save and close true. It means if I'm making a changes. So here did you notice one thing? I did not click on the save button. Let's say if I'm making changes here. Let's say new to closed. See, did I make any changes? Did I click on the save button? No, I did not change the save. I did not click on the save button, but still it is saving. If I just put this thing. My record get updated. Even though it's not updating because the priority impact is not matching with the table. But still I can say I did not click any save button, manually go click save and this thing. So this is what it's saying. It says by default I'm saying once you make a change, this save and close is with true, and this true I'm calling in the callback. So it means in short I'm passing the true value in the callback. Means every time when this function, this script run, this function run, it check the old and new value. If change is done, commit it and save it. This is what the on cell edit do here. Let me show one example. It will be the last only, I'm sure. This one, so you can see what it's saying here. Okay, let's say an example on salary type of client script. Often these type of script are used to validate input that user enter the cell in the list view. What it's saying on the impact. For example, we'll ensure that user does not enter high impact on the cell. Means let me add a field called impact here. Here. Okay, this one. What I want to be say that user should not able to enter impact as a high. As of now, I'm able to do it, but I don't want user should do it. So what I have to do, I have to be go here and make on the impact that I don't want user make any changes in the impact field. And what code I have to mention here. If new value is 1, then I should get a message. Let me put it here. It means if the new value, this new value is equal to 1. What of the new value? Impact has a new value as a 1. Then I should get a message. And making the save and close false. It means don't save. Don't save. And come out from the script. So now if I go here and if I refresh, let me reload my page so that my script should be attached to list view. Now if I go and make a change here. See, I got a message. High impact cannot be set, but if I just make it as a true, I'm able to do that part because the validation is only and only with the one, and in that case save and close will become false. But for the other cases, callback is true and it's showing the save and close as well. Clear everybody till this point? Rajesh, Pooja, Namrata.
Yes, Atul, clear.
Clear. So now try some examples, find out some examples, and then you have to be write the code. See, I'm not a developer, so I don't have much bigger code which I can show you and things. And also there's a no use just to be explain the code to you. We have to be right and we have to be understand. That is the more important. Now let me pick up the next part of this today's session. Now if I go here and click on the new, if you notice in this form, two things are different than others. One, it has a red star. It shows as a mandatory. And then is a read-only. Non-editable, we say. It's a read-only to the non-editable field, we can say. Now the question comes from where it is becoming. There's a functionality called the UI policies, user interface policy, but I'm giving you homework. There's another policy that is called the data policy. What is the difference between UI policy and the data policy? Read about that. Can I convert data policy to the UI policy? Or can I convert UI policy to the data policy? In which cases data policy will be used, not the UI policy? In which cases UI policy will be used, not the data policy? This is your homework. Good concepts, never time asked in the interview as well. Even though sometimes asked in the here in this, what I can say, CS examination as well. Okay, so read about that. Now, what is the UI policy? If I practically speak, UI policy means where you can do only 3 actions. Number 1, you can make it as a mandatory. Number 2, you can make a field as a read-only. And number 3, you can make a field as a visible. So it means if I go here, if I put the state as a on hold, only then this come, otherwise it did not come. This is visible, true or false. So now if I go here and search for the UI policy, and click on the new. So there are policy, and on the basis of the policy, there are actions. If you breach this policy, then this will happen. Right? If by mistake I swipe my access card in a data center room, it means I breach one policy to access to unauthorized access, even though it was not planned, it was not intentionally. Sorry, it was not intentionally, but it was intentionally I have done. Unintentionally I have done. But still, it's a breach considered. Okay, so here the same thing. It says on which table and how this execute. Number one, the UI policy must be in the active state. Number two, the conditions must be true and it contain at least one UI action to be happen. Let's say I am shifting my house. Okay. I'm shifting my house. And in my house, there's a 4 other people who are working with me for my shifting work. Okay, or let's say I'm shifting my workspace. I'm on the fourth floor, and now me and my colleagues are moving to the 5th floor. It's a over the weekend we're shifting it. I have to be move my desk, my laptop, my drawers, everything. Now it's a weekend. Do you think that I will swipe the gate again and again? What I will do? I'll open it for the few minutes and take everything out in one go with a single swipe. In this case, my UI policy is not active because it's a weekend, so still manageable. But it's a weekday, it cannot be manageable. So there is a reason it says active policy should be active, condition should be true. The bulk movement is allowed only and only when we are making a huge changes in the workspace. This is what the condition it says. And then action, door will be open for a longer time now. Or you can put some kind of a stopper there so that you don't have to be swipe again and again, and you can do your shifting quickly. Okay, now on which table I want to be run? I want to run on the incident table. Let's say on the problem table, because incident already have a lot of things. Problem table. Where is the problem table? This one. Okay, short description. Let me open the problem table here. Okay. Let's say I want this thing. If my first reported buy started with INC or is INC 02, then I want this field is mandatory. Let's go here. Make service mandatory. When to apply? Important. When to apply? When the first reported buy is, let's say I'm hard coding it, 002, or let's say is start with INC, because here I can put any other field as well. Instead of INC, I can put PRB as well. I can put change as well. Okay, so we'll see this thing. If the first reported by start with INC, it's the first reported by. Yes, it's the first reported by. But it is the first reported by. Okay, there's a task one. Fine. Okay. Now I click on the save. Rajesh says, Atul, where's the action? You only told that every policy must have an action. So where's the action for this one? Action we are defining here. UI policy action. Click on the new. Not sure why it takes some time, a lot of. Let me open the new window and now click on the new. It takes some time, it takes time. See, I did not mention anything. Why you're getting a problem? Let me log out and log in. Sometime it give me a big error here. Log in. UI policy. And our UI policy is service. Let me add by this way. Created by and created today. Easy for search. This one, right? Yes. Why it's showing like this behavior? Can I reset it? Let me make LNG here. So that it is easy for me to search. Now save it. Why it's showing like this? So odd behavior. Let me check the advanced view. Now it's fine. Advanced view is fine. So now I go here and click on the new. It should work now. Come on, it should work. Okay. Click on the new. Come on. Why it is giving so much error? Leave it. Let's do our work. So our UI policy is LNG. Okay. It says when this policy run, which field you want to make it as a. So okay, but I'm saying that if my first reported by start with INC, then I want my service should be mandatory. Then go here and make service as a mandatory. It will not pick up, yaar. Come on. Because it's the reason is that why I'm not able to select any field, because it's showing the table as a blank. Let me reload this. And generally, I'm not sure that why this happened with my instance every time. This is the UI action. No. Let me try to reload the page again. No, table is blank, so it will not show for me. Let me log out and log in again. Can anybody check? Are you able to open this UI policy? Namrata or maybe Rajesh. Can you click on this new button here? Yeah, now it's working. Good. Good. It's working now. So now what it's saying? I'm saying what I'm doing. I'm putting the action now. If it is a weekend and you are doing the shifting, then the door can be open for the longer time and you can bypass the swipe in, swipe out. So here I need to put the which field I want to make it as a. See, in the UI policy, you can do only 3 action: mandatory, visible, and read only. Nothing else you can do with the help of the UI policy. It is a standard question asked in the interview. What is the function? What is the type, or what are the purpose? What is the purpose of using the UI policy? Only these 3 purposes: mandatory, visible, and read only. I want that service field, or let's say assigned to, is mandatory. Now I'll show this one. Assigned to is mandatory. Assigned to is mandatory. Yes. Visible. Yes. Read only. I said yes. Now tell me. Okay, let me save this now. Done. Now let go here. Click on the update. What happened? UI policy LNG. And this is my UI action. Okay. Now let me go here and reload my page. So what I said is number 1. If it starts with INC, then it becomes mandatory. Right? It becomes mandatory, that's fine. It's visible, that's fine. But now it is not read only. Why? I put in my UI action is that true, true, and true. Mandatory, yes. Visible, yes. Read only, yes. But it did not make it as a read only. Why? Rajesh, why it is not read only? Namrata, why
Be-
it is not read only? Go ahead.
because read only disabled is true.
No, see, read only.
Do
See, read only is true.
read only disabled is true.
Disabled is the no. Disabled is the field name in the background.
Okay.
Then why?
Then I'm not sure.
Come on, put your thought. It's a simple logic, nothing else. Rajesh, what do you think? Come on, guys. Either I can make it as a mandatory, either I can make it as a read only. You went to a party. I told you there will be cold drink. You can drink it. And on the other side, I'm saying don't drink. Both are the two contradict. And mandatory take the precedence here. I want to make this field read only, and I'm saying it's mandatory as well. Then how you will enter the data? This is what service now put the logic by their thought. That the user may make a mistake, but I should not allow system to make a changes in the background. So now if I do like this, read only, and let's see. No error is giving. Now let's go and reload this page. I put INC. Still, Meti taking the presidency. That is the thing. So you had to make sure that this combination you use carefully. If I make it as a false, and now I click on the save. And now let me reload this page. See, it is not mandatory. That is, it is out of the visible part. In this case, visibility take the precedence. You mentioned the read only true, but it's no, no, no. On the first point you say visible false. Let me take it down. Now if I make it as a visible true, and then this true, and now I make a change. Delete. And see this. So now it is a read only because system says now it is a good combination. I can do it for you, no problem. Now let me change it to INC to the PRB so that my condition shall fail. Why it becoming the true? Why it becoming the true? I did not mention anything. We says mandatory false. Then why it becoming a true? The reason can be, or let's say if I put CHG. So it is a true. The reason can be if I come back here and take you on the update here. Let's go to the first this thing. UI policy here. LNG. If you see these options now, let me come back here. This one. Number one, it has the 4 options. Number one, it says where this UI policy should work. In which view? So if I go here, I am in which view? Because I did not save, so I cannot see this option, right? So let me put INC. Let me save this. And now if I go here and change the view to, let's say, mobile view. Okay. This checkbox says if you make it as a true, it will be applicable for all the views a user is having. So now if I go here and let's say I want to raise a problem again. Before that, I don't need to make a change in the view, and that I can do via list view. Okay, so if I untick this box, it will ask me that in which conditions, sorry, in which view you want to put this UI policy. But if let's say in my office, client is coming, total 20 people are coming. If everybody need to be swiping again, back to back doors, then it is a little shameful. So better I ask security that please swipe at least once. And in the next hour, I swipe and everybody's inside the workspace or the workplace area. This is a specific view I'm putting here. So if I put a view, these many views are available for the problem record. I said by default it should be on the, let's say, workspace. Only then this is be applicable, otherwise it is not applicable. This is what we do the view. Generally we put the global, that for everybody this UI policy is applicable. That is the number first part. Second part, when you want to run this UI policy, apply the UI policy, sorry, when you want to run the actions, apply the UI policy action when form is loaded and when the value changes. Either as soon as this page get loaded, then you want to show, or not or and when the user changes the value in the form. So like we changes the first reported by from X to Y. So I put as a onload true. Generally we keep this as well as a true. This is important. Reverse if false. Now let me do this thing and save it. Okay. Okay, it has been done. Don't have it first reported by. Okay, let me save this and then we'll make a change. Problem description. Let me save this. And now let me change the view. Default view. Now if I put first reported by INC, it become this. But if I remove this INC to CHG, now it is not reverting it because the condition is fail, right? If condition is failed, definitely the changes should be reverted. I'm shifting my workspace in the weekdays and I'm bypassing the swiping. Guard stop me and say, no, sir, you had to be swipe every gate because it's a weekday. Now conditions are not matching. Why did not work? Because I put a reverse if false is untrue. Means if condition did not match, then revert my actions as well. Revert my action as well. So this is what I always put. And at the last, I have a inherit. What this means specifically, that because you know that incident, change and problem, these three tables are derived from the task table. If it is derived from the task table, definitely on the task table as well, these fields have some UI policy, UI actions, client scripts. Do you want to inherit those as well? I said no, I don't want to be inherit. Maybe by inheriting, it can create a problem for me, or maybe by inheriting, it solve my problem as well. But in this case, my UI action will be override the inherited one. So very carefully we have to be put this option. Generally, I did not see that I put inherit as a true because I don't want to be drive anything from my father. I want to be run everything on my own. So I did not untick this or tick this box. And if you want to write a script, you have to be write a script here as well. Same funda. It will work on desktop, mobile, or all. I said it all. Because UI policy is a condition based. If true, then this. If false, then this. So it has a two boxes. Execute if true, execute if false. Let's say if true, show g underscore form dot add info message. Done it. And if it is a false, g underscore form dot add info message. Now the question come, what will work? Will the UI action will work or will the script will work? Now let's try this part. Now see, oops, you fail. Why? Because it is a blank. It's already failed. If I make a change here, you done it because conditions are matching. If I make a change again here, it's again become mandatory. Maybe the reason can be it is coming from some other UI policy. You can check this part. You can go here. That is another point which developer makes sure before you create anything or any policy for your purpose, you have to be checked is anything exist or not. So you can see here. If you open this, you will definitely find that something is making our field as a true. OK, so by this way, you can do it, but avoid writing the script here. That's not look good. If you're scripting, it means you're doing the customization, not the configuration. Better to use these options only. These are limited, but these are the strongest one as well. Clear everybody? Any doubt? Any question? Pooja, Namrata, Trevor, and Rajesh. Any doubt? So with this, we have done our UI policies as well. Only this much is there in this particular chapter, nothing much. OK, so now you have to do the practice. What you have to do? Number one point. Go and read about the existing UI policies. See the condition, that what condition they mention. This is important. See, it says make problem suite read only, but there's a no condition. If you go, there's a no condition. And this says read only. Problem statement. Problem state. Is it read only? See, yes, it is a read only. Because it is coming from the UI policy, which making it as a read only. This is a small thing. Check on the incident, check on the change table. You get to know, you will get more about those things. OK. So no other question, right? Any doubt, any clarification from anybody? Okay, so let me take a quick attendance. Go ahead, Namrata.
So, UI policy is just when we require to change in form in respect of putting the field mandatory, visible, and read only. That's it, right?
Yes,
And
yes.
rest of the work will be done by client script
No, 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 no. It depends.
in the form in the
It
form side.
in the form, right? And don't say it's the rest of the work done by the client script. No, that's not the true. No,
Mm.
that's depend on your use case, Namrata. That what else you want to do. Let's say I let's say you are I'm inviting you for a birthday party. Okay, and I send you a Google form. I said just put your name and your contact number. That is mandatory. I don't want anything to be done after that. I don't want any client script should be done. Thank you so much for submitting. No, I don't want anything. Rest I will do at my side. It depends on the use case as well, that what exactly you want to be doing. Okay. But yes, UI policy only for the three operations.
Okay.
Okay. Any other thing, Namrata? Client script has a different working. UI policy has a different working. So don't mix that one step will be done by the UI, second will be done by the client script. If I have no requirement, I'll give you an example. Okay, it is told. So when you're getting married or when you'll be getting elder in your house, it is told that when someone came from outside, you need to serve the water, right? Either they are coming from the next door or they're coming from the outstation, right? So this is the UI policy. If someone entered in my house in the living room, I should go and serve the water. That is a UI policy. It is doesn't matter or it is not required that you ask to everybody, how are you? How are everybody at home? That is a client script. Maybe if your friend is coming, let's say your friend came, you serve the water and then you will ask, or everybody's fine at home? How much time it will take to reach here? Have you faced any difficulty? This is the client scripts you are putting it. If condition matches, it run. If condition does not match, it did not run. On load, you as soon as he entered, you asking these things to the customer or to your friend. So it depend on the use case. Maybe my work. Okay, let's say there is a servant in house. For him, only a UI policy. There is no client script. For him, if anybody come into the house, he need to be served the water. That's a UI policy. Did he ask anybody any question? No. Or let's say you go to any good showroom. You reach in the showroom, you're doing a good shopping, and person came, ma'am, let's please take a cold drink. Did he ask you how are you doing, ma'am? Have you budget this much? Have you any money in this for this much things? No, because there's a no client script for him. But same question can be asked by the shopkeeper, so that he should know that how much more budget you have and he can show you more good items there. This is what the UI policy and the client scripts are there. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, then let me stop the recording, take a quick attendance now, guys.